Okay, so I'm just going to read something that I just wrote. It's been quite a hard month, and I'm pretty sure everybody's fighting their own battles that they, don't talk about. But I'm going to be vulnerable today, and I'm going to read you something that I wrote today. So, this is the story of how I became powerful and took over my own mind. So, in my head, as we all know, we have something called the ego, and the ego loves to survive off fear. As a matter of fact, that's the only way it survives. It tries to prevent us from listening to our heart, as we are not our minds. Eckhart Tolle teaches us to be the observer of our minds. Watch our thoughts go by as like a screen on the TV. And sometimes this is really easy to do, but other times it's not. And when you uncover a deep wound that's been there for so long, there's so many layers to heal from. And this is not to say that you will never heal, but you will only heal. And you will shed layers. And although it may seem really tough at first to go through these challenging times, you will come out stronger, wiser, and liberated. Our healing comes in increments. And when we're ready to uncover these deep parts of ourselves that we so want to heal, here's the thing. We're all on the journey to find ourselves, to find our soul, the real us without any conditioning and trauma. So as we go through every experience, there may be times that we want to quit or stop healing because it's heavy and it hurts so much. But right at that moment is where the change takes place. It's at our moment of surrender that we open ourselves to all the tools and the people that can and will assist us on our way. So healing is not at all easy. It's the deepest, darkest place that you will ever go. But it's where you'll find your light and become one so that no darkness will ever come into your space again. And as they say, darkness cannot be found when the light is on. So our goal, our mission is to find that light so that it may always stay on until the day that we die. We all have light within us. Some see it, some want to find it, some do, and some never will. And this is okay, but it's our choice to go through the challenges and changes or not. We always have free will, but if we open up and ask for help, or we have a higher calling in this world, we'll be forced to find that light. My past life, the one before this, that I found out, I took my own life. And I was a man and I was married and I had kids and I felt like a failure. I starved my family and I didn't have a strong mind and I couldn't bear the pain. But when I look at this life, I've dealt with all that remnants in my early years. So I've literally unleashed the beast. And at 16 years old, I suppressed it all the past feelings. At 21, my journey into finding my light began. And I heard this voice in my mind saying, this is your last chance. Change or you will strip yourself from everything you are meant to have. And that was the moment my life changed forever. Mind you, it was very, very fucking dark. Okay, the baggage that I uncovered was nothing like I ever faced before. I was alone, I was scared, I was full of fear and doubt. My emotions were all over the place. But I surrendered. My relationship with God became stronger. And I knew I had a higher calling. I wasn't that man who took his life anymore. I was Vanessa, a young girl who had so much light she just didn't know it. But as I sat in the darkness, a flicker started peeking through. I was being awakened to something higher, stronger, something that I've never even seen before. A sense of peace, of knowing that I'm so loved and not alone. That as long as I stayed committed, this light would blossom to be strong and bright, that no darkness would ever exist in its space. This happened. And oh, it did. I changed. Life as I knew it was different. I started seeing more clearly. I rediscovered myself. I learned things about me. I found out truths in so much of my mistakes or troubled times. I used all of this knowledge to continue me on my journey of growth and self-discovery. Months went by, years, and I found myself connecting more and more to myself, to people, to the world. For most of my life, I was living for other people, simply just existing. Numb. I didn't know me. I didn't understand me. I didn't care to know about others. I had such a hate and anger towards others in the world. If somebody looked at me in the wrong way or breathed in my space, I would punch them out. Like, it's a true story. This young version of me was so broken, so hurt, so alone and lost. but most of all afraid of the world. Because from what she could remember, it was such a cruel and dark place. Because of my memory and feelings from my past, I shut myself out. I didn't allow people in. I was scared. I was always trying to protect myself and make sure that I always felt safe. I detached myself from people, and I would only stay in my little bubble. You can just imagine the kind of healing, the shedding of the layers that I've been through. The darkness was so dark, I never thought I'd see the light shining through. And heck, I didn't even know if the light was real or could exist in my world. But fast forward to today, and why I'm sitting here writing this is because this month has already been really hard for me. Imagine all that healing that I've done coming back. And just when I think those layers have been shed, I've yet to experience it again. It's this feeling of, I want to be home all the time, everywhere I go. I just want to take that safety, that feeling with me. And the more I ask God for help, the more uncomfortable it gets. And this, believe it or not, is the best part, because I ask for it and it's being given to me. It's clear that a part of my inner child is still suffering, and I will continue to do my work every single day. But this is just a reminder that you are perfect and you're healing. And just because sometimes, things come back around, old wounds resurface, and it's going to be fucking hard, but don't stop. Don't doubt yourself. Don't think you're not strong or everything's going downhill. It's not. It may feel like you're down the hill, but you're ready to soar and climb right back up that hill again. As every down, there's an up. And every up, there is a down. And as life goes on, these downs become easier. And eventually, you won't even notice that they're there. So keep on keeping on. We're all fighting a battle. And as long as we surrender and we trust and we believe and we come together, we can all get through it. So I love you guys. And I just wanted to share this little story. And hopefully it touches some of you guys. Hopefully it gives you guys some insight and some light. I love you all. Have a beautiful day.